Right now on Up with KREM.
We don't want to stop with just one or two. We want to keep going and going as long as we can.
A local family honoring their son by working to improve the lives of others. This morning, a look at how they are achieving this goal.
Dry weather finishes the week. We're tracking rainfall, which is set to hit starting Sunday, as several days next week boast high rain chances.
Plus, the man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students appears in an Ada County courtroom. Why his team is fighting for the death penalty to be taken off the table.
Up with KREM begins now.
Well, good morning, everyone. It is 6 a.m. on this Friday morning. Time to rise and shine. I'm Channing Curtis.
And I'm Tim Pham. It's good to see you, friends. We do have a little bit of an announcement to start things off. Channing, it's so uncomfortable for you, I know.
Yeah. I'm like, they can't see me.
Today is Channing Curtis's last day at the mighty KREM 2 News, and we are going to be celebrating her a little bit later in the show, but Channing, we're going to miss you.
I'm going to miss it here. I'm going to miss you. I'm going to miss matching every day.
I know. I'm going to have to match Thomas now. And Jeremy made fun of us last week. He said, you're going to text Thomas and say, Thomas, what are you wearing? He's going to say a suit. And I'll be like,
it feels right.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm way more of a wild card in the tie department.
Yes,
for sure.
Yes. But we'll celebrate Channing in just a little bit, but let's get over to Thomas.
Yeah, I'll try to make the forecast as warm as possible for our friend Channing. And for November standards in Eastern Washington, North Idaho, 50s is probably best we can do, but 50s we can offer for today. An absolutely beautiful looking sunrise up at Silver Mountain, one of my favorite weather cameras to check out early on this morning. Current temperature in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene is right at 32 degrees, so it doesn't feel too bad this morning, but obviously that typical November chill is in the air. But high temperatures are going to be in the 50s for today.
All right, if you're heading out the door this morning, we're taking a live look right now at 395 and Gerlach Road. As you can see, traffic moving along smoothly right now. Not a lot of cars out to slow you down, at least on this portion of 395. We'll continue keeping an eye out on the traffic situation for you all morning long and let you know if anything changes.
Happening today, a renovated Underhill Park reopens to the community.
So that's exactly where we will find our Brandon T. Jones this morning. So Brandon, you got to tell us and show us around this brand new park a little bit. Tell us about all of the new things you can see there.
No, yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. Good morning, Tim. Good morning, Channing. And I think people are going to be pretty excited for this. Those who live here in the area, it's very well lit now. I remember being here earlier in the year. It was super dark. You can actually see around now all times of the day. And just beautiful, beautiful basketball courts. They've got the plexiglass on the backboard. So 2 major projects with this renovation were the basketball courts, and then they've got some pickleball courts over there as well. On top of that, there are some other additions as well. We've got some of that information right there on your screen if you go ahead and take a look. But you've got new fencing, new benches, ADA ramps at Harston and Fisk, new sidewalks, enhanced lighting as mentioned, and new bike racks as well. There's a couple of other things along with, these new additions too, but one of the positives about this project here at Underhill Park, every summer there's a basketball camp hosted, and you're taking a look at some past footage of these upgrades, and they're going to make a huge difference for the children who participate. Overall, the project costs $628,000, funded by the community through the City of Spokane Parks and Recreation, and a grant from the Washington State Recreation and Conservation Office. Dick's Sporting Goods, No Lie Brew House, and the Spokane Hoop Fest Association also made contributions. So again, today is the official opening of these renovations, but there's going to be a grand opening in the spring, so that's something to look forward to as well, and they'll be laying down the official surface for the pickleball courts. But for now, reporting live here at Underhill Park, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.
It's not being taken care of. I think that people get put on the back burner because they're homeless.
Last night, people from across Spokane gathered at a roundtable in Town Hall to talk about the homeless crisis in the city. One of the main topics, the matter of camping. This after a city ordinance passed last year not allowing camping on public property. Teresa Bainbroach spoke at the meeting, and she's been living out of her car for the last 3 years. She shared her experiences and says mental health is often overlooked.
I know I have a lot of people who tell me about their stories often, and it really is a mental health situation.
Bainbroach is now able to afford a home, but says more funding is needed from the city to go towards people who have lost their homes.
Well, this morning, we're waiting for a judge to decide if the man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students could face the death penalty if he's convicted. Yesterday, Brian Kohberger's defense team was trying to take the death penalty off the table. They argued that the state of Idaho has experienced issues with the death penalty in the past. The defense pointing to the state's failed attempt to execute Thomas Creech by lethal injection earlier this year.
To have him sit on death row and say, Idaho's going to figure out how to kill you at some point in the future in a way that isn't cruel and unusual and in violation of your rights, I just don't think that the constitutional protections allow that to happen.
Deciding the method of execution is not deciding the sentence. The sentence is death. The method of execution is just how that's brought about.
Sorry, I broke the double tape.
Argue if convicted, Kohberger will likely be on death row for decades. The judge is expected to give a decision at a later date.
Time is 6:06 as we take another look at our weather forecast for this morning. We are anticipating that sunrise in just about 40 minutes here and lots of sunshine once we get to that moment. So we'll start the day with sunshine, maybe get a little bit of cloud cover later on today as just some clouds are streaming in from the west. Not quite the full storm system just yet. That probably waits until well later this weekend. But our current temperatures colder to the north at 27 in Deer Park, Sandpoint, and Colville. A bit warmer to the south at 36 Pullman and 40 in Moscow.
We accept the choice the country made.
President Joe Biden speaks for the first time since Election Day. In the next 5 minutes, his promises for a peaceful transition of power.
The energy of being at the arena at 6 in the morning and people starting to line up when we've told them we're not giving food out for a while, but they show up and they were there in those lines and those families and their little babies in strollers, and I will never forget that.